Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec, and welcome to the Telephone Tag YouTube Hop. Now here's how it works. I just received a layout from Ronnie Sue Scrapper. She's a YouTuber, and today I'm going to scrap lift her. And when I'm finished, I'm going to send this along to Scrappy Kathy, another YouTuber. Now there are a whole bunch of people participating in this YouTube hop, and obviously there's loads of inspiration there. But what's really fun to see is how one layout evolves when passed along from one person to another. So check out their videos. They're in the list below. It's also worth mentioning the only layouts each participant saw was from the participant before them. And this was all done a month ago. Now, this is what Ronnie sent me, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love everything about this layout. But as scrap lifting goes, I have to make it work for me. So if you stick with me, I'm going to explain to you what inspires me, what I change, and why. Now here are the products I'll be using, and it's a stash bust. The paper is from the Amy Tangerine Shine On collection. I have stickers and ephemera from the Willow Lane Maggie Holmes collection, and there's some cardstock. So I'm having a look at the page here, and there's a vertical line of photos across more or less the middle, and a huge embellishment cluster at the bottom, which I absolutely love, in the bottom right. Those are the things I really like about this layout. Also, there's a frame style foundation, and I happen to be partial to that. However, the photos I'm going to use are not the same dimensions. Nevertheless, I'm going to make it work. So I just showed you my foundation page. So I have 3 sheets of paper there, 1 printed, 2 cardstock, and I gutted 2 of them. And actually the blue cardstock that's matting my photos came from the paper that I gutted from the foundation page. So I'm playing with placement of my photos. Like I said, they are definitely larger and the dimensions are different. And I'm kind of thinking about making them crooked, but my personal style is I like things straight on my page. So I'm going to go with my personal style, and I'm more or less making a grouping of photos which can sort of be considered a vertical line across the page. Not quite, but hers are a bit jumbled up too. Now her title is underneath the left photo, so that's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm going to place my title, and it's just on the wax paper that comes from the sticker sheet. I literally cut up this sticker sheet. Now what I'm doing is I'm playing around with a few pieces of their foam stickers. They're quite thick, and honestly, what I really love about this layout, it's the perfect layout to do if you have to use a bunch of leftover decorations. I never thought I would ever use these decorations from the Willow Lane collection, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So now what I'm doing is just more or less placing a few pieces in that corner, like on the sketch. I'm not adhering anything yet. And I want to add a bit more yellow. So I'm going to that sticker sheet there, and I'm finding a few pieces. Teacup doesn't really match. There's no tea happening here, but it is kind of a whimsical set of stickers, and these are just 2 little kids playing and having fun, so why not? I'm going to add that into the mix as well. Like I said, nothing is adhered here at the time being, simply because I'm not quite sure how it's going to be placed at this point. Now what I'm going to do is, I know I want to do a bit of journaling underneath that love you. If I look at the original page, she's got a whole bunch of lettering down there. She more or less tells her story with foam thickers, but I'm going to do my writing by hand. So what you see me doing there is taking a pencil, and also I'm going to take a photo. But what I did was I took a pencil and I kind of marked where my photos are placed, and now I'm snapping a photo of my embellishment cluster because I am going to be doing some inking. So I'm going to have to toss everything off the page. The writing there, is going to go underneath the title. So you see me move stuff here, but I am going to have to place it back because I'm going to do some inking, some journaling lines, and I don't want to do the lines underneath my title, and I forgot to take my pencil and just mark where the title is, just so I know not to do the journaling lines there. So once again, I'm going to toss everything aside, and I get out my trusty stencil by Echo Park called Back to School. You can see it's very well loved. And I'm going to place it on my page using washi tape. Now, I often use washi tape as a tool simply because I find it holds things in place really, really well without leaving adhesive on photos, and it also doesn't tear paper when you lift it. Now what I'm doing is simply putting the washi tape, number one, to hold the stencil in place, but I'm also covering up the areas that I don't want to ink, like the foundation page, the printed paper, as well as underneath where the title will be. So I've got my lines there. I used a brayer and basic gray ink from Stampin' Up. And now what I'm doing is taking a stamp set, a retired stamp set by Stampin' Up. It's the gorgeous Grunge collection, just to add a little bit of splatters above the photo at the top and a little bit sort of in the middle in the bottom of the page. And basically on the original page, Ronnie has some stars on the page, so I'm not going to add any stars there or any decorations, but the inking is what I'm using for that part of the sketch. So now I'm adhering my photos to the page, and I'm going to start adhering my decorations to the page. That's easy enough, the title, and when I get down to the cluster at the bottom right, I am going to refer to my phone again just so that I remember how to place everything. I've got to say, this has been an incredibly easy layout to do. I absolutely love it, and I do plan on doing it again. Like I said, it's the perfect layout to use if you want to use up a bunch of leftover ephemera and decorations. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. Very, very easy. 3 photos. Really, really happy about that. Now what I'm doing is at the top, Ronnie had this word expression kind of on the along the photo at the top right. I placed it there on my photo, but I didn't like it, so then I ended up simply moving it above. Again, it's really important when you're scrap lifting to make it work for you. Like I did here, I kept my photo straight just because I like my photos straight, and you know, I tossed things around a bit to make it work for me, like that word thing at the top right hand corner as opposed to on the photo. And my photos are larger than the original one as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all the other participants in this YouTube hop. They are full of inspiration. Also, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I'd love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.